Standing at the elevation of 3,963 meters, today I'm going to talk to you about Arash. Not me though, another Arash, the real Arash, the original one, my namesake, the old Persian mythological hero, archer, warrior. Now to start the story of Arash, I'm going to talk to you about this mountain that you can see behind me, this beautiful peak. This is Mount Damavand. Now I'm going to switch my camera to show you Mount Damavand. You can see Mount Damavand. Mount Damavand is Iran's largest peak. Standing at 5,610 meters high, is Asia's highest volcano as well. Now let's go back to the story. Now, many years ago, the Turanians attack Iran, and Turanians are northern neighbors of Iran, and wow, it's massive wind. Turanians are northern neighbors of Iran, and the border between Iran and Turan is the Oxus River. So Turanians cross the Oxus River, attack Iran, and they win the war. Then they want to humiliate Iranians, and they say, okay, how do we humiliate Iranians? The king of Turan says, one of your warriors has to shoot an arrow from the peak of Mount Alborz. Many people believe that's the peak, and where the arrow falls down, that's going to be the new border between Iran and Turan. Now clearly no one wants to do this because this is going to humiliate their name and their family. So the only person who agrees to do this is Arash. Now Arash climbs Mount Alborz, Damavand, and I don't know if you can hear me or not. I hope you can hear me. He climbs Mount Alborz, and as he's going up, he's praying to God to help him. Once he reaches the top, and as he's climbing, he's seeing various archangels and angels and everything. And as he reaches the top, he pulls the arrow and encodes his life energy into the arrow and shoots the arrow. As the arrow is leaving the arch, Arash's lifeless body falls down, and the arrow takes a life of his own and travels over 1,000 kilometers and lands on the other side of the Oxus River, thus making Oxus part of Iran as well. Now, no one really knows what happened to Arash. Did he actually throw that arrow from the top of Mount Damavand or another mountain? What was the real story or not, we don't know. We know that there are passages in old Persian texts about Arash. There's passages about Arash in Avesta, the Zoroastrian holy text, and various other books. And most people believe Arash was a warrior, and from a noble family. He was a nobleman, and had training. He was massive, huge guy, and he was very powerful. But recently I've read that some people believe that Arash was actually a shepherd, and to further humiliate the Iranians, the king of Turan, the Scythians, he says, no, I want this shepherd to throw the arrow. I don't want one of your warriors to throw the arrow. I want this shepherd to throw the arrow. And through a sequence of tragedies, events, and trials, and selfless acts of Arash the shepherd, he becomes a warrior. So actually a warrior is made. I find this story more interesting, and I can relate to it a lot more than a natural born warrior. But who knows? Either way, we know that Arash sacrificed himself, his life, and he's an inspiration for me, being my namesake. And I hope, and I know he's an inspiration for many Iranians, and I hope he becomes an inspiration for you as well. Now, I want to end this video with something really interesting. That Persian language, most Iranian languages, Sanskrit, and almost all European languages, they are all rooted in Proto-Indo-European languages. And etymologically, Arash and arch are the same. So arch in English and archer in English, they go back to Old Greek, which then go back to, if I'm not mistaken, Proto-Indo-European languages. And Arash, the archer, has the same etymology as archer, basically, or arch. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I leave you with this beautiful scenery of the of the Alborz mountain ranges. Thank you so much, and see you soon.